Hello trainers, it's your favorite content creator Ganetto, and today we dive into Go Battle League with some more Great League action. We're having here Shadow Drapion coming in clutch, absorbing all that energy the Seed Bomb from them, and they still have some energy worth of 2 Shadow Claws. We're gonna go now with the crunches because they switch in their wall rain, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna block once and let's see how this unfolds for me. I will go for another one, but I cannot win the race. So down I go. I am not willing to spend another shield. I have to keep at least one shield for the end game. With this team I like to lead with Trevenant, have Shadow Drapion as my safe switch, and keep Galarian Stunfisk as my closer, because we're gonna be on a very good spot if our opponents do a mistake on keeping a steel type at the back. So you can see that this team also goes pretty well against steel types because we have 2 good answers, Trevenant and Galarian Stunfisk against those Pokemon, and of course Shadow Drapion can go pretty well against anything, so that's why it's gonna be the safe switch of the team. So right here a Rock Slide is imminent, down goes a nice chunk out of the Trevenant. I'm expecting a Shadow Ball, to be honest. Here down I go, almost down I go, because I can survive and this is gonna be super clutch. They have at the back a Registeel. Here comes now my Shadow Ball, dealing heavy damage on that demigod Pokemon, and we're gonna go for another one. Perhaps they're thinking this has to be a Seed Bomb, right? No, they know better. They are gonna block the second Shadow Ball, they are gonna take us out, but we still have made them hurt, since we can go now with the final Earthquake right on the edge before fainting to those Locons, and Stunfisk is gonna wrap this game for us. So at this point trainers, I really thank you for being such a huge support to my channel. Thank you for tolerating my weird accent, and if you want to see more videos like this, just be sure to hit that subscribe button. It will just take one moment, I mean it, one moment, just one click there and you will not regret it. More videos like this are meant to come, and we also play some crazy stuff, and also my battle submissions are open, so you can send me your battles to showcase them on this video, on this channel. So be sure to fill the form that you're gonna find on the description. And with that said, now let's return into the commentary, because we're having a crazy action here. We are both even on shields, we have some crazy farm on our Trevenant, and they come back with the Skarmory. We don't care at all, we're just gonna go straight Shadow Ball. We're gonna switch out then to Stunfisk, and let's see how they respond to that. They have an Azumarill, and things are kinda looking good for us, because now we can go ahead and hurt them at a point that they have almost no HP, farm them down, and Trevenant can close the match, right? Almost right, because they have Ice Beam, and we are just one more Ice Beam and a couple of bubbles away from dying, so we have to be extremely careful. They used a shield on the Razu, and now we have to play it super cool here. Gonna not shield, gonna take the move, down we go, and we have to start gaining some energy. I'm not gonna throw immediately that Seed Bomb, I have to farm a little bit more, and let's see together. They switch out to that Skarmory. I did not remember at that moment how many energy points that the Skarmory had, so I threw in immediately the Shadow Ball, but we have the time to go for the final Seed Bomb and gain another victory for this team, since Seed Bomb is gonna be super effective and Azumarill was not that high on HP. Gonna take the victory and gonna proceed into the next one against Scrafty, which is gonna be a pretty neutrally, to be honest. We can still take one foul play, but perhaps then they can farm us down if they go ahead and shield some Seed Bombs, but overall they decide to go for the switch out to the Golbat, and we have to counter switch them with our Stunfisk. You can see that Shadow Ball from Shadow Golbat does almost 50%, so that means we cannot take another one. We have to be extremely careful, and since my Rock Slide doesn't do enough damage to finish them off at the point that I can gain some more farm with my Mud Shots, I have to start doing some solid work here with another Rock Slide. They switch into, actually they bring in there that Scrafty. We have the time to go for the Earthquake, they take it, down they go, and Nidoqueen is gonna farm us down. We don't care at all though, because we still have one solid Drapion at the back, which can do absolutely amazing work against this Pokemon, and since we can put at a point that one crunch can finish it off, I think they're just gonna bail out of the match over here. Look at how good that crunch is, boom! Oh my freaking goodness, that dealt more than I could handle. So we're gonna take the victory because they bail out after this crunch, and we're gonna hop into the next one. Against a very bad lead, the pure fire type against our grass type, this is gonna be super bad, and we have to go ahead and switch into Drapion. So Drapion, one of the Pokemons that have almost no weakness at all. Not only because it is only weak to ground, I don't mean that, but even against ground types, you still have some solid moves to throw. Against Swampert, against Stunfisk, you still can go with back-to-back crunches, bait a shield, or just finish them off with 2 crunches, because Shadow Drapion is gonna do tremendous amount of damage. So the switching to an Azumarill to catch a move, but I think we played that better since we went for that Sludge Bomb, and now we have put that Azu at a point that the Seed Bomb is gonna be more than enough to finish them off. So they're gonna go for the Play Rough, no Ice Beam for them, and we have to farm at the point that we have 100 energy. Down goes this Azu, we have the Shadow Ball ready, but I pressed the wrong move for some weird reason. Down goes a nice chunk, but not enough to finish them off. However, they go for a move. Okay, that is tricky because now we have to go in with Stunfisk completely farmed down, and they have a Frost Slash. Things could have been much better for us, but I totally threw that away. So we're gonna go for another Rock Slide when we can, but first I'm gonna outplay even myself. I'm gonna switch out to Drapion, absorbing the move, and the Rock Slide is gonna do fatal damage against this Frost Slash. At this amount of HP, I'm pretty sure that even if we take a Weather Ball, we can survive, so we are pretty safe to go here for that Rock Slide. Perhaps they were charging up for an overhit, but that was not happening, not on my watch, and we're gonna take the victory. And we almost lost that because I'm kinda an idiot, okay? And it was a bad lead overall, and we turned it around. We had more ways to win, but I went for the Seed Bomb instead of Shadow Ball against the Ninetales. What was I thinking? I have no clue. And we're gonna get another good lead on the next one. Another good lead. We were only bad lead so far, but anyways, against a Jellicent, yeah, good lead, and we're gonna have the switch in over here with Registeel facing our Stunfisk. Not a bad one for a Stunfisk. We can still threat them with that Earthquake. We also took a shield. They took our shield, so they double block the Registeel. They really want to turn around the switch, but we do not care because we have 2 solid answers. They do not know that we have another Pokemon that can beat down Jellicent, which makes sense, so we're gonna keep that shield for the end game. So Shadow Ball is gonna do lethal damage to that Registeel. They have a Talonflame, which means that it's gonna fall short to our Shadow Baller. We're gonna completely farm down, but they are gonna beat us to the farm down since they're gonna go with the Brave Bird. Oh my goodness. And we're gonna keep that energy while keeping in secret our Drapion. So hopping into the next one, trainers against another Jellicent. Pretty coolly to use or against our Trevenant, so thank you very much. And we're gonna get the switch in here against a very good switch in against the Ninetales. So we're gonna be on a very good spot overall because Rock Slide is gonna do super effective, and we can also resist the charm damage. So you can see here that they're closing themselves with another move, and we do not want that. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw our Rock Slide. I'm expecting a move at some point, but I decided to go for a little bit of overfarm for some weird reason, like an Earthquake is gonna knock out or anything. So we're gonna take now the move. It is gonna be a Bubble Beam. We can survive and still go for the switch out to Drapion. This means now that whatever they throw, we can absolutely handle it and still go for a crunch for some massive damage. I'm expecting a shield here, and I'm expecting the switch as well. So here comes Talonflame, once again another Talonflame, and we're gonna throw at the third Incinerate. I'm expecting them to go for a move after this. Okay, here it is, but we have 2 shields and we have to start blocking. They have no shields at all, so overfarming here with that final crunch is gonna be it for the Talonflame, and I believe we have quite what it takes to finish off the match, since Trevenant can come in, charge up to a Shadow Ball, and bring the optimal move against this Jellicent. And I'm saying optimal because sometimes I do some weird things like the Seed Bomb on Kanto Ninetales. Yeah, that one. Anyways, we're gonna have a very weird lead against a Charmer on the next one, and I think that the Shadow Ball is gonna do heavy damage, but they decide to block. So at this point I have to go with the switch out to my Drapion, and they have a Diggersby. So Diggersby is gonna be one of the core breakers for this team because it has a chance to beat every single individual of my team, but still at a very high cost because it's gonna be a soft win overall. So Fire Punch, as you can see, cannot be enough to finish off my Shadow Drapion, and we can still go for the final crunch, taking out both of their shields. Shadow Drapion is really a very good Pokemon, so I really recommend to you trainers. They're gonna go with that Fire Punch, under charging it, and at the same time I'm gonna go for the switch out, and then a switch out to my Stunfisk to absorb the Weather Ball. So we're gonna block here because we're getting kinda low. We have still the time to go for the overfarm a lot, so we're gonna do exactly that, 95 energy, and then throw the move with our Rock Slide against this Ninetales, taking it out, and I'm expecting the Diggersby to return. I'm gonna go here for the shield because that can be anything. I was not counting at the moment, and I will go immediately for my Earthquake, finishing off Diggersby, and they have a Sableye at the back. Okay, things are not looking that well for me right now because they have a lot of energy to store up on their Sableye, but we get to survive the move, go for the final Earthquake, look at the heavy damage, we have the Seed Bomb ready, and we're gonna take a very close victory here against the Sableye. What a play! Good job, Trevenant, you really lived up to your name. You are triggered. Oh my goodness. What did I just said? Triggered. Yeah, anyways. Even my phone just fell down from that bad pun, bad joke. Anyways, triggered on the next one, and we're gonna have the switch in with Wall Rain against our Stunfisk. That joke was kind of an overkill. Everyone is laughing over here, but anyways, we're gonna go for the Rock Slide, and we're gonna do lethal damage to that Wall Rain. We have the time to go for another one, and I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be an Earthquake, but it is, so I kinda block correctly. Okay, Ganeto, good job there, but this cannot be an Earthquake, right? And it is an Icicle Spear, so that's pretty cool news for us. We can still farm down, and they have a Swampert coming in. We have the time to go for an Earthquake. They're gonna take it and still go for a Rock Slide to finish them off. So I'm not expecting a shield, to be honest, because we still have Trevenant. They know that, so they have to rely on their Nidoqueen to sweep the match. However, we have got what we need. This Trevenant coming in clutch with the Seed Bomb, dealing the exact amount of damage that we need for our team to succeed, and we still have the time to go for that final second Seed Bomb. Let's see together because we still have some HP on our Stunfisk. Perhaps I come in with Stunfisk and start to do some solid work here. They're gonna go with an Earth Power, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're gonna go down to the Earth Power, but Drapion will be more than enough to threat them at bailing out of the match because now they have no energy at all, and we can simply either farm down or go for that crunch and finish them off. So on the next one, a pretty cool lead against the fighter, but they make an amazing switch to catch on their next Pokemon. Oh, it's an Azumarill. Okay, not the best scenario for them. So I'm gonna go for the Drapion after I go ahead and farm some extra energy for my Trevenant. Perhaps that was a mistake. I could easily go immediately for that switch since Trevenant can easily beat down a Toxicroak. It is kind of walling down that Pokemon. So I'm expecting the switch out. Actually, no, they did not shield. Okay, down goes Azumarill, and they're coming in with Toxicroak. They still have 2 shields, we have none. They're gonna take the Sludge Bomb, look at the heavy damage, and they have an Umbreon. Okay, this can be tricky, but we have almost 100 energy on our Trevenant, which means now that if we can go with the Earthquakes and the Rock Slides, I think we're gonna be just fine. So I'm not expecting a shield on the first one. I'm gonna go straight for the Earthquake. They are gonna take it. This is really huge, and I have to take 2 or 3 foul plays here. Yeah, I can take 2 for sure, and I'm expecting a switch at some point to snipe me down when I am on the red. So let's see together how this is gonna work, because they're gonna do it right now, gonna survive and still finish them off because they were only 2 match shots away from fainting. This is really awesome, and while we keep the shield towards our side, we have time to go for a double Seed Bomb here. Gonna go for 1 extra Shadow Claw, as you saw already there. We're gonna block this move and then rely on our Trevenant to finish off the match, and we're not worried at all because we can go for the final and the 3rd Seed Bomb on that Umbreon, finishing off the job and granting us another victory with this exact line of 3. Time for the final one, trainers, and we're having a bad lead with Dewgong. This is a very bad lead, and we cannot do anything about it other than switching out to our safe switch Drapion. They follow the switch with a fighter, which means that we're kinda screwed, but if they do not block, we still have time to go for another crunch and perhaps flip that lead scenario. Going for the second crunch here is why I love Drapion. They're gonna use a shield, and both of my scenarios here are gonna be just fine because I can come in now with my Trevenant, absorb the Psychic, kinda absorb because we almost get taken out by this Pokemon, but they're gonna go in now not with Dewgong but with Nidoqueen. This means now that I can go with a Shadow Ball. They're gonna double block they're gonna use the second block actually on the Nidoqueen, and right now I can come in with my Stunfisk and I'm gonna have myself a very good finishing off scenario with Stunfisk against this Ice type. So Rock Slides are gonna be the key move here, going super effective against this Dewgong, and after we take the first, I'm pretty sure I cannot take another one, not gonna risk it at all, gonna start blocking since we have the shield for the end game. And as you can see, Stunfisk is really a very good closer that I'm not afraid in using. Trying to catch here, I'm not sure if that could work, but I tried to do it. It did not work obviously, but yeah, Poison Fang, that really scared me, but we have the time to go for the Earthquake and we're gonna take the victory. So trainers, thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. Sorry for my bad joke back there, but it happened, triggered. Oh my goodness, it still gets me. Anyways, be sure to leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care trainers!